Hi folks, here I am back again. Today I am coming to you from the inside of Doris Dural Van, my caravan that some of you might know that I renovated a couple of years back, as well as Barbara. Barbara, you can see maybe just barely, I can't see very well without my glasses on. She's out that window parked beside Doris. Doris was my first. She's my first love, always will be. And Barbara's out there as well. I might do a video of doing a tour of both vans for some of you guys that are into that sort of thing in another video. But today I'm asking, what is your first ever memories of when you were a child? I have been thinking a lot lately, as I said in a previous video, and before I go any further, I'd also like to say thank you very much to everybody that left your comments. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. It's just something that I had to get off my chest at the time. I do appreciate everybody that watches my videos and follows me on Instagram and all that sort of business. Thank you very much, and yeah, it means the world to me. Right, back to the video. Your first ever memory. I would love to know your first ever memories. Please put them in the comments down below, because I'd be really interested, because my first ever memory appears to be from when I was 1.5. Believe it or not, some people say that you can't have memories that early, but I know that there's no reason for me to, I don't know, imagine things like that. So, my first ever memory, I am German born, and down near the Swiss border of Germany, and we immigrated when I was 1.5. And my first ever memory is, and I'll put up a couple of videos, we sailed on the Italian ship SS Flavia. Was bought by the Italians, and it was only about a year, I think, of them taking it over and redoing it, and putting it back out there as an immigrant ship and as a cruise ship. Anyway, you'll see a picture of the Flavia, also a picture of my mum and dad. I was surprised to find, I was doing a little bit of looking around on the internet. There's a picture of my mum and dad actually on the boat, the ship. Which I was surprised about. My sister actually did a little bit of a story in National Archives of Australia website, apparently, from memory. Anyway, if I find it again, I'll put it down in the description. Oh, pardon me, got hiccups. And my first ever memory, I'll get to it in a second. I'm waffling off left, right, and centre here. I remember being on the boat and somebody was holding me, obviously because I was still only 1.5 years old. We immigrated, I was born in 1961, and we immigrated in 1963. So 63, yes, I think so. And I was being held by somebody, probably my eldest sister, because she took on the role of mother in a lot of instances, which she wrote in the story as well, which I didn't realise. And we were standing at the pool. It was really rough weather, and we were standing at the pool, and I remember the rope netting being across the pool because the weather was so rough. And it was probably silly of us being out in that sort of weather anyway, but we were, and we were standing at the pool, and because of the rocking of the boat, the water I think the pool was only about filled about a metre or so, or it was a metre because of wave. I don't know much about it. So it's splashing side to side. I remember it so clearly, and it was obviously splashing out of the pool at the time. So I remember that extremely clearly, and I think we either went inside or we were told to go inside, which we did. The memory faded there. Also, the other memory that I have of being on the ship was, I remember again, I was being held, and my eldest brother, because there was six of us, so I was one. He might have been 7, 8. I can't remember exactly. So I remember him, and obviously all most of us kids that I remember, and I remember the lifeboats, and it was on the starboard side of the ship because they were all facing towards obviously the front of the ship. And I remember they were on this side, and the front of the boats were facing that side. Anyway, and it had the canvas over the top. They were like the old wooden lifeboats, and they had the canvas over the top. I was being held, and we were all intrigued as to see what was inside these boats. We were, because I remember it. So, and he was trying to look up inside under the canvas. I think he actually may have even got himself inside, just very briefly. That's a bit vague, but for some reason it seems to be in that memory for me. And that's my first ever memories of when we immigrated, and I was only a year and a half, and it's always stuck in my mind that I should have those memories so early. We did, when we came to Australia, our first, we were dropped off, we were disembarked in Melbourne, Victoria, and we stayed at a place called Bonegilla, which is a pretty cool name. I like that name, Bonegilla. And I don't actually remember too much. I don't actually remember anything of there. I don't. We also moved up into New South Wales to another immigrant camp called Skyville, and there I remember I probably would have been still maybe 2 or something. The immigration camps, the old, might have been whether it was purposely built for immigrants or was old army camps at one point. The old domed, big giant long domed corrugated building things. We stayed in those, and I was on a play. Some playground equipment. I was on a swing, and I was having a lovely time, and I was there with my brothers and sisters, and for some reason, because the road heading towards town was behind me, I remember that, and for some reason, I don't know whether my mum said something out the window, but she was on the bus, or they knew that my brothers and sisters knew that she was going into town, and I didn't actually. But the bus went behind me, and they all said, "Bye, there's Mum. See you later. Bye, bye, bye." And I started crying my eyes out. I thought she was leaving me. And then I was crying my eyes out. Jumped off the swing, had no shoes on. And I started running towards the bus because I didn't want her to leave me behind. And what we call over here bindies, a real horrible little bindi eyes, a real horrible little weeds with heaps and heaps of thorny seeds in them that get stuck in. I don't know if you have them over in your part of the world. I have no idea. They probably would. But I ended up in a whole big giant clump of these bindies. Then I started really bawling my eyes out because I hurt so much and I was stuck in there. And when you're stuck in a patch of bindies without shoes on, it ain't good. It's not the best place to do it. So they came and got me, tried to calm me down, and then that's the end of my memories. Next, there's other memories from a bit later on, but the most, and I'll cut it here, I won't make it too long for you guys. From the next time was basically from when my brother, when I was 3 years old, my mother had my brother, gave birth to my brother, and the rest of us kids, apart from my eldest brother, I think, was placed into a home while my mother was recovering. That's another story for another time. That was pretty big. Dad having accidents and all that sort of stuff. It was a pretty rough time. But they're my first memories. I'd love to hear yours. What are your first memories from when you were a bubba? And how old were you? Please leave a comment in the comments. And yeah, if you like my videos, subscribe. If you want to see more, I'm going to do more anyway because of my health situation. And it's always good to have a record. I was talking to my sister, my youngest sister, who is a year older than me, just the other day, and her memories as well. I actually found the home. There's a Facebook page that I managed to get accepted into the other day of the home that I was actually in. So that was pretty cool. I'll leave that for another one. Do you want to hear about it? Lots to tell. Found out a lot about the situation. My parents' marriage wasn't very good from way back then. And if you see the picture of my mum and dad, the look on my mother's face, that'll tell you the situation with their marriage. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you all the new subscribers. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, please. And yeah, let's keep my channel going because I'd really like to, because you're great. You've picked me up from my last video, like I said, with all your comments. It's been wonderful. Thank you very much. Peace out, everybody. Love you all. See you all next time. Bye for now.